have been like brothers with all the miles and time we spent together. Yeah, we've seen it all. We've both seen changes in our time, busted dreams and detour signs. We keep rolling on. Brother Highway, we've seen it all.
Hey there, fellow wanderers, and welcome back to the Wandering Gypsy RV Life Podcast, where the roads are long, the coffee is strong, and sometimes the most dramatic moments don't involve breakdowns, weather, or traffic. They involve your own vehicles demanding equal attention. I'm your host, Stan Cromlish, and let me set the scene for this week's episode. Over the past few weeks, I found myself spending time around two very different traveling communities, RVers and Cowboys. And what surprised me most wasn't how different they are. It was how much they actually have in common. I was walking past rows of living quarters horse trailers, beautiful rigs, polished aluminum, big diesel trucks, generators humming, horses shifting inside like they knew they were home for the week. And without even trying, my RV brain kicked in. I noticed tires, clearance, power connections, water hookups, the angles these rigs needed just to park safely. The same things RVers notice instinctively. But what stood out wasn't the equipment, it was the mindset. There was very little visible worry. RVers tend to carry a mental checklist everywhere we go. Experience has taught us that the road doesn't forgive mistakes easily. The cowboys and cowgirls around me weren't careless. They were confident, calm, comfortable in their routines. And that contrast got me to thinking. Most RVers earn their education through trial and error. A blowout that ends a trip early. A wrong turn under a low bridge. A power issue that turns a hot day miserable. Water problems that teach hard lessons fast. We learn because we have to as RVers. The rodeo world often learns differently. Many grow up hauling. They're raised around trucks and trailers. They trust their rigs because they've trusted them for years. That creates confidence and resilience. But sometimes it also means certain risks fade into the background. What struck me wasn't what one group knew and the other didn't. It was that both groups were solving the same problems, just from different starting points and perspectives. I had several conversations that followed the same pattern. I'd mention something casually and say, that's basically an RV system. And there would be a pause. Living quarters horse trailers have water systems, holding tanks, electrical panels, rooftop air conditioners, generators, weight limits, and clearance considerations. All the same fundamentals RVers deal with every day. That moment of realization, I never thought of it that way, kept happening. Because whether you're hauling horses, hauling your home, or hauling both, the road doesn't treat you any differently. Same pavement, same heat, same physics. One of the biggest differences I noticed came down to mindset. RVers tend to think preventively. What could go wrong, and how do I keep it from happening? Cowboys tend to think reactively. If something breaks, I'll handle it. Neither approach is wrong, but when you add long distances, speed, weather, animals, and tight schedules into the equation, those approaches start to overlap. Experience teaches grit. Preparation teaches margin. And both matter when the stakes are high. What I walked away with wasn't concern. It was respect. Two cultures approaching the same road with different tools, but the same goal. At the end of the day, RVers and Cowboys want the same things. They want to get where they're going safely. They want to protect what matters to them. They want fewer problems and more good stories. One world is shaped by hard-earned technical lessons. The other by tradition, experience, and self-reliance. And when those worlds overlap, when they start sharing knowledge instead of staying in their own lanes, everyone benefits. Different rigs, different traditions, but we all travel the same road, Brother Highway. Thanks for riding along with me today on this episode. This was a reminder that no matter what you're hauling, horses, memories, or your entire life, the fundamentals of the road don't change. Different traveling cultures may approach things differently, but the challenges, responsibilities, and rewards of life on the road are surprisingly similar. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who spends their life rolling down Brother Highway. You can find more stories, photos, and videos at wanderinggypsyrvlife.com. And if you'd like behind-the-scenes extras, bonus content, and that video with Ned Ledoux, head over to Patreon and join the Wandering Gypsy RV Life Campfire Circle. Before I sign off, I want to give a shout-out to a few folks who keep this podcast rolling. Techno RV has been my go-to for RV gear over the years, the kind of tools that help travelers prepare for the road ahead. You can find their products through my affiliate link at technorv.com. My Patreon community, you're the heart of this journey, and I appreciate every one of you. And finally, my good friend, Doug Simcox and his podcast, Beyond the Chutes. If you appreciate rodeo history, cowboy storytelling, and the legacy behind the arena, it's a show well worth your time. Until next time, keep your rig rolling smooth, keep your coffee hot, and remember, sometimes the best lessons on the road come from listening to travelers who look nothing like you, and not all who wander are lost.
Brother Highway, we've seen it all. Through the wind and the rain and the snowfall. And no matter how far out I roam, I need you, brother, to get me home.